That's what it is. You know, I just don't understand. Basically, like it's just not that important to me. I guess it's
What about like school and stuff? Are you pursuing any kind of higher education or anything?
Yeah, probably most likely. If college is still appealing to me, I'll probably end up in college. But if not, I'll just end up pursuing more so like the entertainment aspect of things, because that's what I like to do. Ever since I was young, I've always liked to play characters, entertain people. I've always liked being on camera. I've always liked that. So
finally, did you expect this video to go viral like it did?
nope.
What was your feeling once you saw it go viral? Did you get nervous? Were you at all ever like nervous? Did you lose sleep or anything? Like, how did it make you feel to see your video and you blasted all over the media?
I looked at it and I was just like, what? I was kind of confused, and then it dawned upon me. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it is what it is. But I was just kind of in a state of like, so that's new. Like, I wasn't really shocked by it, but I was like, oh, there's nothing I can really do. It's just, it got picked up on.
Did you have anybody like reach out to you saying, hey man, that was brilliant, that was comedy?
I've had a lot of people, a lot of understanding people who actually have reached out to me and basically told me that, that they appreciate my comedy. They appreciate a lot of the videos on my channel, and that they think I'm underrated. A lot of people think I'm underrated, and they're like, if it had been many, many years ago, you'd actually be very popular and big. But, the world that we live in now, where things are censored, it's kind of is the way it is. And like I said, the educational aspect of it is that I did not threaten these people. They were willing for a false cause of just pure of ignorance of themselves to degrade themselves, and it shows really how ridiculous, as we progress, that I had even had some people message me and say they want to do this now they want to try it. I'm not really, I don't think what I did was bad, but I'm not condoning anybody else try what I did. Do not try that, and it's not going to end well for you. I got lucky. I'm telling you right now, some people are really going to get upset you try that on the wrong person.
Yeah, so everybody out there, if you're looking to step up your troll game and take it to the level that Smooth Sanchez took it, just remember what he just told you right now. It might not end well for you. Your best thinking will turn out to be your worst thinking.
Yeah, because it's pretty public knowledge now that I've made this farce, this lie, that I work for BLM. It's just kind of not going to work, and people are going to get upset, and it's not going to end well. So I don't condone it. I don't condone it, but I think I did in fact prove a point, like what you said. It's just silly. It shows how silly people are.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, and like when I first seen it, it's like I told you, man, the first thought that came to my mind is this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, anybody's going to get me to do that. But then once, I mentioned it, and people were telling me it turned out to be a hoax, and I looked it up, and I'm like, man, I got to get this dude on, man. I got to find out why he did it. And I kind of had a feeling that everything you're saying is what you were going to say, though.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And by I want to clear that up as well. It is not a hoax. If I wish that it had been fake, because reality hit me as I was getting more and more and more and more people to do it. I was like, wait, I see a recurring theme of people, and as I keep faking names, throwing out names that have nothing to do with it, as I keep faking names, I'm like, so this is how brainwashed people are? I have 2 live streams. One as of recent that I was having a guy in chains who I work with, another streamer. His name is Carl II. I work with him, and me and him decided to do a bit where he goes in chains and apologizes for his white guilt. And it's basically to show more and just to clown on people even more. And I was telling him, a couple, racist jokes that are, frowned upon now. Unfortunately, you can't even joke in any kind of way that's offensive to anyone. But I was saying things like, oh, do you say that you like grape Kool-Aid, et cetera, et cetera. And he was just basically apologizing for it. And that was, a skit. And some people actually did get down and kneel with him for their white privilege. Right? And I did it again. And I had that's the 3-video series of what I did. And it worked way too many times than it should have.
Well, you know what? You're young, bro. And it's just kind of refreshing to know that there is some people out there in your generation that knows how stupid all this is becoming and will wake up to the fact that, look, we're all people. We all live here. I mean, you're obviously not white. So,
right.
And you understand this, and you understand that ultimately, by basically turning this into satire, you really open people's eyes to you see how crazy this is getting. You see out of control this whole thing is getting with the shaming and the guilting and everything. And by actually, bringing this kind of awareness, people can take a look around and think there's other ways that I can change whatever thinking I have. Because my thinking is this, I don't really get into the racism thing because
right.
I basically take people for who they are, not what they are, right? And if I can learn to do that, anybody else can learn to do that. And that is the best way to solve the problems, is by learning how to understand your fellow man and woman.
I agree. I think when we all get cut, we all bleed red.
Yeah.
And that's all we need to know right there. And I think it just shows the character of people to bend down on their knees to apologize for themselves being a skin color that they didn't even pick to be born as. And it's sad that other people feel the need to go out and humiliate other people for their own mental sickness. Because if you really are doing what I'm doing, but you're serious about it, that just speaks a lot of your character. It speaks a lot that you have no vengeance on anyone. You're just a very, very angry, most likely mentally ill person, because you can't come to terms with real life, and so you're out to blame other people for, your failures. It's not other people's fault of their skin color with their privilege. I honestly, it sounds ridiculous. Like I said, if you're a person of poverty, you could still, no matter what color you are, get that minimum wage job. Do what you have to do. It's not that hard.
Let me ask you this, what do you think about this? Let's say, for example, that your video was received with open arms. 90% of everybody that's seen it, embraced it, and then more people were out there doing it and all that. Do you think that an organization like Black Lives Matter would have encouraged you to continue your work? If it was received differently?
I'm going to tell you this right now. Maybe they would have, for the specific reason of putting people under because that, you know what, I don't, I'm going to say it right now. What Black Lives Matter, how about, I don't know what's your stance on, all lives matter, no matter what race you are, your life matters.
Well, I just did a video on Do All Lives Matter. And I told them, I said, you know what? Black lives do matter, but most lives matter is what I like to say.
Right.
Most lives matter.
And I feel like
if you're a child molester, You're a child molester. You're a rapist. You're any kind of a seat-sniffing weirdo like that, tree-jumping rapist, diaper-sniping pedophile or something. To me, your life don't matter.
I agree. And that is exactly how I'm going to put it. All lives matter except for, you know, people like that. And in my opinion, I just think that Black Lives Matter is basically it's one of those things that was released to try to screw with people, especially during this time. It's kind of like you can't even respect the group that goes and witch hunts people I mean, how much more racist can you get than specifically saying one race life matters? That's the only race that matters. And I understand before people get all hot and go, oh, you wouldn't understand why Black Lives Matter exists. You wouldn't understand. I understand the misjustice that African American people have been undergoing. But when we say all lives matter, we're uniting everyone in general. So miss me with all that stuff of even trying to justify a hate group like that, because it's a hate group. That's no, there's no call for that. And I think that they probably would have pushed it if everybody else was reciprocating, because they want everybody to be in that mental slavery of making things a race war when everybody should just live their life. Live your life.
Yeah, I think they should probably rephrase it into like our lives matter. It might be more received a lot more like positively if that was the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that whoever's behind this, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And it's funny how more prominent than ever, we're seeing a bunch of people decked out in black. And I think that's specifically Antifa. They're spraying BLM on federal buildings. They're spraying BLM all over the place. And it's not the African American people. But where are the African American people? Where are they when those people are making their movement look like trash? And I'll tell you what, it's a shit show. How could you take a movement serious when those people who are doing that don't even take it serious either?
I agree with you. I am the kingpin for the Tinfoil Hat Brigade. And I just want to ask Smooth Sanchez, are you willing to get down on your knees and
oh my goodness.
Join the Tinfoil Hat Brigade. See, I got my tinfoil hat right here. See?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Or better yet, can we do a merger with the Sanchez World Order and the Tinfoil Hat Brigade? Can we do a merger with that?
I'll tell you what, and it's funny that you bring that up, because my next live stream, I'm going to wear a tinfoil hat anyways, because of the fact that it's just, I think it's comical, and I'm down with it. I'm not gonna bend the knee, but I'm down with the Tinfoil Hat Brigade. I'm down with it.
You heard it right here, everybody. Smooth Sanchez is on board with the Tinfoil Hat Brigade. Welcome aboard.
No problem, man.
And I don't know how much of my videos you've watched.
Yeah.
We have a little closeout that we do here at Prison Break Raw.
All right.
I'm going to run it through with you right now with the tinfoil hat on. All right?
Okay.
Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, not politically correct, all up in your face, slapping you with that. What are we slapping them with?
The cock slap.
We're slapping them with a dick of reality.
With the dick of reality.
There we go, man.
Right, with the dick of reality.
If you do a satire piece, go out there and ask people how many of them are willing to be slapped with a dick of reality. I'd love to see that.
Oh, man. Wow. Yes. Listen, I'll take you up on that. Pinky promise, take you up on that.
You my man, brother. You have a great night, okay?
All right, you too, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, we out.